What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Playboy Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Lopez. Nick will be joining him in a minute. I was running a little late. Um, Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope you are doing great. Um, Hope you all had a good week so far, a good weekend. Hope you also enjoying some World Cup. I know right now this week's the base is the world is the baseball All Star game. Out of all of sports right now, that's probably the best besides golf and tennis. But out of football and basketball, baseball figured out All Star Weekend. So that being said, we're talking about some football today. More football talk out there. Not a lot going on in the sports world, but things are coming along their way. We're about a month away from football season. We've I know high school starts on August 3rd, so it's just right around the corner, guys. I can't believe how fast football has got in here and came and whatnot. But yeah, but anyways, so we're gonna get right into it today. Today, talk about some NFL football, some college football, break down the Big Ten, AFC North, the World Cup, a little bit of LeBron James free agency, and this week's the Open Championship, guys. So if you're a golf fan out there, the British Open is coming up along the way. We're gonna look at that here for a second. So yeah, first and foremost, subscribe to this podcast, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Apple Podcasts, whenever you find your podcast at. And so we're gonna get right to it, guys. Um, so the Big Ten football has one of the probably right now the best conference in football, which is weird to think about, because last year we had we saw Indiana win last season, the Hoosiers win. So let's look at some favorites going on. So ESPN and USA Today presents has Ohio State. No, actually, no, the Oregon Ducks going 11-1. Ohio State 10-2. Basically, they are the two favorites to win the Big Ten. It's interesting too because last year we had Indiana, but all the players went to the draft. Ohio State, you have Jeremiah Smith, who's also the favorite to win the Heisman this year. Um, he might be the first pick in the. He might be number one pick in the draft since Keyshawn Johnson, 1996. So yeah. So Indiana is coming off with a historic season. They won their first ever national championship. Usually, this school is known for basketball, but football last year went on the deep run. Their head coach I like a lot. He's from the Nick Saban tree, so he learned a lot from Saban. So that's cool to know that's happening too. Um, Last year y'all remember this, but they beat Miami in the national championship. So props to Indiana, but I don't think they might have a step back. We don't know yet. Um, so I get why they're I don't know why they're not the favorite too, but I understand why too because all the players went to the draft. So yeah. We have the USC Trojans who are bringing back 15 starters, the most in the country, the most experienced rosters so far in the US and the Big Ten. So that's pretty smart too. USC is a good football school as a whole. So we'll see what happens with the USC, and I think they're one that they haven't done much since Caleb Williams was there. So I'm excited to see what happens with the USC football Trojans. They're a good football team overall, and they've always been big people, big kids, big guys out there. So yeah. Um. Now, Penn State, if y'all remember this, last year they fired their coach in midseason. Um, that'll be interesting to see too, because it looks like their schedule is pretty easy. So we'll see what happens to that. But I have me personally, I have Ohio State winning this conference. Um, I think Jeremiah Smith. I think Ohio State Buckeyes is a good football school as a whole. I think Jeremiah Smith is the best college football player in the world right now. Um, and yeah, so what y'all think out there, guys? Comment below with your predictions of college football Big Ten. Um, I'm interested to see what happens with that school because I think that's a good. I think that's a good talent right there is a Big Ten football. But yeah, tell me what y'all think out there. What y'all think about the Big Ten? Y'all think it's gonna be good, solid, mid, whatever. Um, yeah, what y'all think about that situation going on? Um, yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna move on to some more news out there in the sports world. More news in football. The AFC North, one of the strongest conferences in football. We have the Bengals, the Steelers, the Browns, and the Ravens. Mainly the top three is the Bengals, Steelers, and the Ravens. So next year we have Aaron Rodgers last season as the head coach, as quarterback, as a general player. We have Mike McCarthy, who's a terrible coach. I don't like my. I'm not. He put the Cowboys through a lot. So I don't think that's a good smart move on them. I'm shocked to see that happen, but it is what it is. The Ravens, last season they had a rough start. Last year they were projected to win the whole thing in the AFC, and then they fell off a cliff. So reality, Lamar Jackson is the most pressured quarterback, the most pressured team to win. It was the Ravens. Because you have Lamar Jackson, who's a good quarterback, a top three quarterback in the NFL. Derrick Henry. So that'll be interesting too. Hey, hold on, give me one sec. We'll post some stats up real quick. AFC North NFL Division 2026. Oh, that's I can't spell, guys. So the AFC so this year, um well, yeah, I got what y'all think about the AFC. I know the AFC. I know the Bengals lost Trey Henderson. Trey Henderson. So that's not good for them. And so I think I'm not really sure about that move as a whole for the Ravens because that was one of their biggest. That's probably the best defender they had, and I just don't think that's a smart move. So um yeah, so the AFC North, you have the Ravens are betting favorites to win this division minus 115. Joe Burrow can stay healthy. He can probably, if he stays healthy, he can do. He has Jamar Chase and T Higgins. So, but I don't think they're doing anything good. Their offense sucks. They get good offense, but let's see what happens with that. So I don't think this is going to be they won't go that far in the playoffs as a whole. I think it might be second. They might be in the wild card, lose, maybe not even make the playoffs because Joe Burrow's always hurt. And Zach Taylor's not a good coach. He's a terrible coach. And I find it weird that in September, he has a losing record. That's what's weird to me about the situation. He's not a good quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. Sorry, he's not a good coach. He and every year in September, what goes on in your practices and training camps during the off season? What goes on? If I was the Bengals, I would have fired him last season, but they didn't fire this guy. So there's that. You have Zach Taylor's not a good coach. Your best chance of winning the conference is with Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase being healthy. Mainly your quarterback, because last year he tore his ACL, I think. Okay, no, not ACL. He tore something with his foot. Something happened with his foot because offense was so bad. So I think this will be interesting to see what happens with Joe Burrow. He does have two good receivers, a good core, but I don't think they're going to do anything good in the postseason. So that's just me, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't think they're going to do anything good in the postseason. So yeah. And then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers. You know, last dance. He's 42. What can he do? The answer to that, they lost Mike Tomlin. They hired Mike McCarthy. So I don't think this will be a good. I don't think they're gonna do anything special. Um, you know the Steelers are done. They might have their first losing season since 2001. So I don't think they're gonna do anything that good. Um, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the answer for this team. If I was the Steelers, I know y'all lost. Y'all drafted Ty Simpson. The Rams drafted Ty Simpson in the draft, which was a sketchy move. And I think here's the deal. Me personally, I would have traded up to get Ty Simpson in the draft. I should have done that. So, but that didn't happen. And instead, we got the Rams, not the Rams. The Rams got Ty Simpson, and the Steelers got nobody in the draft really that good. And then, of course, you have the Browns. You had new head coach Todd Munchkin, and you had the quarterback battle between Watson and Shedeur Sanders. So that's an interesting thing right there. But I don't think these teams are good. The Steelers or the Browns. Your best bet, your best three is reality is the Ravens. For me, it's the Ravens and the Bengals. That's about it. Fighting for this division. That's if Joe Burrow stays healthy. That's if he stays healthy. Offensive line can protect him. No, because last year I'll never forget this. That 2024 year he had 40 touchdowns, 45, and if he didn't have a losing record, he probably would have won the MVP that year. I think he would have won the MVP easily. So, but yeah, what y'all think out there, guys? Comment below what you think about the Steelers and the Browns and the still and the Ravens. What y'all think about this AFC North division, guys? Y'all think it'll be good? Y'all think it will suck? It'll be a different year without Mike McCarthy, not Mike McCarthy, Mike Tomlin being there. It won't be the same. They might have a losing record this season. They might. We don't know. It's football. Anything can happen though. So, but yeah. Um, more news out of the more in sports world. They have the World Cup bracket. Argentina has had some controversy calls, and the fans are calling it rigged and foul. Here's the deal, guys. Officiating in every sport it sucks. This is how it is. In baseball, basketball, and football, they suck. And also hockey, basically. Um, they've had some controversial calls in the World Cup, so that's kind of interesting to see what happens. That's interesting to see what happens that's going on too in Argentina. I get it, guys. It's messy. Here's the deal. Same time though, call it fair, guys. I saw a play on Saturday where where that guy felt. I guess he was and not intentional, but he tackled somebody unintentional. So but yeah, I just think that wasn't a fair call on them. So from the refs, call it how it is. Call the game fair. Don't call it all bogus and nonsense and all that because that's how you turn off a fan base in soccer. So, but other than that, the World Cup's pretty cool to see. Low key, dude, Argentina might win this back to back, and that's just how it is. It's Messi, guys. Without Messi, the World Cup and soccer won't be unwatchable right now. So Ronaldo's out, USA's out. Although a lot of people lost interested after the USA got bounced out the first of the six round 16. So see what happens though. I'm excited to see this World Cup going on. I can't wait to see more action going on in the World Cup and sports as a whole right now. So yeah. Moving on to more NBA news now. LeBron James still has no interest, no updates yet on where he's going to go. He's narrowed it down to Miami right now as the lead favorite. Miami and Cleveland. So I think his best chance to win the championship is in Miami probably because you have Bam Adebayo, Giannis, LeBron. But also have the East, the Sixers too with Jaylen Brown, DJ Escom, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid when he's healthy. So if he can do something with that team, watch out. And LeBron can play center too. He can play center. I mean, dude was locking down Jokic and in the Olympics. He locked down what's his name in the playoffs? The guy's name. He shut him down too. So, but yeah, I think LeBron will probably go to Miami or Cleveland, maybe if Sixers. I don't think it's time with Golden State because Golden State's not really a good team for him right now because the West is deep. You have the Spurs and the Thunder, and they ain't going anywhere. So, but yeah, um, what y'all think about the NFL and NBA's playoffs coming up? What y'all think about LeBron? Where's he gonna go, guys? Where's LeBron gonna go? Is he gonna go to Cleveland, Miami, Sixers, Golden State, somewhere else in the NBA? The Knicks, the Cavs, the Rockets, Timberwolves. He ain't going back to the Lakers, guys. So to get that out the door real quick, he ain't going back to LA. He ain't. So let me know what y'all think about that. Comment below, guys. What y'all think about this? About LeBron. More news in sports. We have the golf coming up soon this week. The Open Championship. Who we got to win it? For me, it's gonna be Rory. I have Rory winning that tournament. I have Rory and probably Matthew Fitzpatrick. I think Matt's is good. Scotty A is not winning a major this year. I mean, I'll be surprised if he wins this year, but I don't think he will. So I'm just waiting to see what happens with the that situation going on. I want to see what happens with see more action coming out. It's in Liverpool this year. The last two golfers to win Liverpool is Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. Rory won in 2014. Tiger won in 2006. So that may be Rory back to back winning in that place again. So I'm excited to see some golf this week. The last major of the year. If Rory wins the second major this year, bro. Next week we're gonna have a lot of talks about Rory McIlroy and Scotty Scheffler, and not Scheffler in the top 5 category. Me personally, I think he's better than Jack's talent wise. I don't think Jack's better than Tiger. I don't think it's a talent perspective. He ain't better than Rory. He's not. He's just not. Rory McIlroy is a beast. He's 5'10". He's strong. And I don't care about. And here's the deal: the equipment technology out there, dude. If you put prime Tiger against Jack Nicklaus in this prime, Tiger's winning that tournament. I don't care what major it is or what tournament it is. He's winning that tournament, bro. It's just this. So, with that being said, Nick has not showed up yet. If he shows up, he shows up. If not, then it's alright. Um, it's summer, so I understand that why he won't show up today because it's summer vacation and summer. Not a lot's going on in sports right now. But in a couple weeks from now, there'll be training camp going on, preseason coming on, high school's about to start football with 2-a-days and whatnot. So I can't wait for that. And with that being said, we will catch y'all next week. We'll catch y'all on next Saturday or on Friday. Probably Saturday or Monday. Probably I'll be out of town next week, but we're gonna do another one remote if we have to. So With that being said, that wraps us up for the Playboy Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, and we will see y'all next week.